I have someone way, way better for you. Take a look at this. If you go to the Pro Football Doc website, it's absolutely free. You go to the Pro Football Doc website, you go to the video section, and so we have the Week 5 injury recap, early bird special, Baker Mayfield injury, Dak Prescott. These are all in game that we posted. So here's the Dak Prescott video, and let me show you something here. We do this in game, okay? And here's what I'm trying to say here. So here he is, Dak, getting rolled up on. His right ankle's caught. And if you look right there, what do you see? You see his knees pointing forward and is parallel to the ground, and his toes and foot pointing into the ground. So his knees going north and his foot's going east. Not good, obviously. If we go a little further here, that's even more, right? You see the direction. And I should have warned everyone for the faint of heart here. But anyways, that's not a good look. And believe me, when you see it more closely, you'll see it a little bit better here. But watch what happens here, which makes him the beast of the week. Clearly ankle fracture dislocation. And we're talking about it live. But watch what he does. And I'll replay it a little bit for you, maybe. Watch what he does. He picks up his leg, slams it back to reduce it. He tries to put it back in himself. So let me show that to you again. See that? Okay, so there he is going down. It's pointing the wrong way. He slams it back to reduce it, but it falls back out. He really tries to put it back in to try and play, it seems like. Watch that. And then it doesn't stay. And then he calls for help. That is unbelievable. And my heart goes out to the guy. He's going to be okay. Well, actually, here, look at this. There's for more, for people that are, that's pretty obvious, right? What he's got right there. That's why we said open fracture. But literally, he slams it on the ground to put it back in himself to try and stay in the game. That is why Alex Smith is not the beast of the week, but Dak Prescott.
All right, guys, in game here, Cowboys against the Giants. I hate to do this, but this is such a big injury. Want to explain the process and what it means. I think it's fairly obvious that Dak has a significant injury, but I want to explain what he has and what it means long and short term, big picture. If you're faint of heart, don't look at this video as we walk through it. Okay. On this play, breaks his ankle. It's an ankle fracture dislocation, and he even tries to self-reduce it. This means he's going to need surgery. This does mean, unfortunately, that his season is done for sure. End of story. The only good news, of course, is that this isn't the end of his career. Of course, this is what people fear in terms of he didn't get the new contract, right? But this still doesn't mean the end of his new contract days. This 2020 season is done. End of story. But he still can come back. This is where running quarterbacks, you put yourself at risk. And look, this wasn't on the offensive line. This was a designed run play draw. But let's run through it a little bit here. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys here, and we'll run through it. And here's Dak as he runs up here. We'll run through it in real time. Rolled up on. This is really a severe high ankle sprain, but he's caught worse than that. And as you come right here, you see the ankle getting caught right there underneath him. And when he comes up here, you can see the ankle pointed in a different direction. Most obvious right there and how loose it is. And you can see the end of the medial malleolus there, so it's an ankle fracture dislocation. And watch Dak, he almost like tries to self-reduce it coming up right here. Right there. Self-reduces it, but it doesn't stay, which indicates the fibular fracture. You can see the point is still pointed the wrong direction right there. Unfortunately, and there you see the medial malleolus out. That might be an open fracture there. The first important thing is to make sure there's no infection. I do not think this is an Alex Smith situation, but this is unfortunately the end of the season for him. and Andy Dalton the rest of the way at this point in time. Don't even know what else to say about this. Feel bad for Dak. But the good news is, career-wise, it's not the end. You can return from this. Other players have done so. I have permission to say this one to give you something because I've talked to him. A good friend of mine, Darren Sproles, in his second year had a similar injury. Went on to an amazing career at a skill position as well. So that's the only good news I can say. But if you're talking season-long fantasy, unfortunately, turn the page. Sorry to bring you the bad news, but that's our in-game update.